everybody, this is Michelle with Creative Operation, and I'm back to show you the back cover little flippy-do assembly thing that I'm making for my mini album that we've been working on. And this is my third video today, so I'm kind of excited. I'm finally getting things done. Then of course, as I was making this, I came up with a couple other ideas, so there's going to be more interactive things that are going to happen on these pages, because some of these pages, you know, have nothing on the back side. And then as I was making the piece that I wanted to put here, originally I got to thinking, well, I've got a piece here and a piece here, and, you know, there's space there, so I could put some more stuff in here. So I've got some more things coming that I'm cooking up. So now that I'm on a roll, hopefully I'll get all this done, and this is going to be, I think, a very, very cool book. So let's get started with this thing. What we're going to do is I'm going to make an element that will open such like this. I'm going to show you how to put it together, so that's why it's kind of in pieces, but we're going to have a piece that's going to open up, so you're going to have lots of room for more pictures. You're going to have 9 more spaces for pictures, and I'll show you how I do this. It's super easy. I've done it a bazillion times in different albums, and it always turns out really pretty cool. So let me show you. First off, you need a base. You need one piece of a base, and then as I measure, let me make sure I get this right. So it's the cardstock. The black cardstock is 4.5 by 6.5, and that's correct. So you need one piece of 4.5 by 6.5, and you're just going to cover it with pattern paper on one side. And I already went ahead and inked edges, and I put the mats on because you guys have watched me do that, so you know how to do that. So I was trying to make it simple. So just one rectangular piece, that's going to be the middle piece. Then you're going to need 2 side pieces, and these pieces are cut a little bit different. Okay, so they're still the same 6.5 tall, right? Is that what I said? Yes? Yes, that's what I said. So 6.5 tall, but instead of being 4.5 wide, you're going to want it 5 wide, and you're going to score it at 1/2 inch and fold it, and that's going to be a connector piece to connect it to this back page to make this page. Okay, so you'll need 2 pages like this, one for the left side and one for the right side, and you do the same thing. So then you're going to need the top and the bottom piece, and this is going to be 4.5 wide. Make sure I'm in frame, sorry guys. And then it's going to be, instead of 6.5, it's going to be 7. And again, you're going to score at 1/2 inch and fold it to make a flap so that you can attach it to the page and make a top and make a bottom piece. Okay, then you have to remember, when you are covering everything with paper on the top and the bottom sheet, if you have stuff that has a direction on it, you're going to want to make sure you set it out and get it right when you do it, because this is going to be the top piece. If I did it on the bottom, it's going to be upside down. So that makes sense? So if you're going to use a pattern paper with a direction, make sure you've got it where you want it. This one here is sideways, so I guess it didn't matter, but if I didn't want it upside down, I didn't want this upside down. So anyway, so once you got your pieces, the way I like to fold mine, so that when I open it, it opens top first, then bottom, and then left, and then right. So when you do one of these books, then you have to remember, you have to kind of put it together backwards. So you're going to want to go right, left, bottom, top. And the reason why you want to do that is so that when everything is put together, it lays really nice together. And so you don't want to put it like right at the score mark. You want to put it, you know, so that it's going to fold nice. So generally, the nicest way to do that is just to kind of line them up and then fold that tab over and push it down. Okay? So that first piece we put on is the right piece. That's going to be the last piece that opens up when we open up our book. Okay? So then we're going to go to the left side, and we're going to do the same thing. And again, we're adhering it to the back of that single 6.5 by 4.5 inch piece. So then just line it up nicely. There we go. There we go. So then that's going to close real nice. Then do your bottom piece. Sorry, I keep getting out of frame because I don't want to get my gray hair in the way. You guys have seen that plenty of times. Alright, do that. And it's going to be, once you get a little further in, it's going to be a little bit off because it's compensating for all the page layers inside. That's okay. You want it to lay down nicely once you get it all done. So then lay that down, and there you go. So now you have, when you open it, top, bottom, side, side. And then you have some nice area to work with. Okay? So then, what we're going to do, we're going to fold it. Then what we're going to do is grab our book, and we are going to go to the back page here. And then I'm going to use a ribbon closure, just a simple, put the ribbon down and tie a bow around the outside of it to keep it closed. And so I picked out my ribbon. I'm going to stick with the black ribbon theme. And then you're going to want to put I usually put a piece of score tape down right in the middle where I'm going to stick the ribbon. Okay? Now I have my eyelet here right in the middle. You don't have to do a whole lot of measurements. This is going to be covered up with your piece. So then I'm just going to take and find kind of the center of my ribbon. Again, we're going to trim it so it's not going to matter too much. And put that down. And then you're going to take the back of your little flippy assembly thing here and you're going to cover it with score tape. You can't cover it with score tape before you put the tabs on because you're putting score tape actually on the tabs. So you could put the score tape on the tabs, I suppose, if you want, but I usually just make sure that I do it at the end. It just the way I do it. And again, that's what I'm doing here, is I'm just showing you how I make my albums. My way is not, is certainly one of many ways to make an album. So, then you turn it around and line it up on your back cover here. And I'm lining it up, just so you know. The cover is this wide, so I'm just kind of I'm eyeballing it. I'm not going to get too crazy with it today. That looks about right, so then I'm going to just adhere it down. Okay, and then if you want to really make sure it's down good, open it up, do that, close it back up, and we're going to tie a bow. And I am not like the best at tying bows. I know that there are like ways to make perfect bows and all that stuff. I'm not super good at it, but it's okay. Then just tie your bow so that keeps it closed. It doesn't have to be too super, tight as far as this part goes. You just want to keep it so that when you're opening and closing your book, it doesn't flap around. And then make sure that when you cut your ribbon, don't cut it off too short, because if you do, then when you put all of your stuff in it, you won't have enough to tie it back up. So there you go. So that's my back page little flip interactive thing. So bow closure, open it up, and you've got lots of room for more pictures. Alright, so that's what I've got. I'm going to go ahead and stop for now and get this uploaded so that I can have that done. And then all those great ideas that I had while I was making this, I kept going, I could do this, I could do that, and so I'm going to come up with a couple other things for you to put on some of the other pages. So that's it for now. I hope you guys have a good evening. Stay crafty.